Welcome back to Shemsuniverse. So today, guys, we're going to discuss the attitude number 5. This is going to be probably one of the easiest numbers for me to go over, simply because it's a very agreeable number. As we know, the number 5 is always in the middle of the numbers 1 to 9. And it also is a number that constitutes somebody who has efficient luck, high mental acumen, and is blessed by the luckiest planet among the 9 in our universe, which is Mercury. The next one is obviously going to be Venus, but Mercury does produce very, very good results. So when it comes in the place of an attitude number, what this simply means is that you end up becoming somebody who, when people initially meet you, they want to get to know you more. This is like a number for quick fame, quick business, quick friendships, and to create bigger families. So I'm going to go over all of that. So when it comes to family, love, relationships, what happens is when you have attitude number 5, people will find you to be the person that can recharge them. They're going to come to you and they're going to find that, especially when they first meet you, you're the person that they can just say, yeah, well, this person's always in an optimistic mood, even if you're not, and you have that aura of giving that hope. When it comes to having a relationship, when you first meet a woman, if you're a man, if you're a woman, you just meet a man, whatever, you guys end up just becoming the person that's like a magnet, because you always have that aura of life is good, you can handle your problems. 5 is a very overcoming number. It shows and signifies a lot of strength. The only weakness with the 5 any at all is that it has scatteredness. Sometimes it's scattered as energy. It's a very high energy number, but if it doesn't focus on a given purpose, it'll just scatter the energy and just do random things, which will lead to addictions and just activities that don't constitute any progress in life. However, my argument with that would be with the attitude number, this is just a general aura that you have. When you have different life paths, expression numbers, soul numbers, that attitude number is not going to really have any real effect on what you actually end up doing. So the only thing to watch out for is just making sure that people don't find you to be somebody who's scattered and not goal-oriented and just there for fun and not there for actual business. So speaking of business, when it comes now to business, leaving the family, love, relationships aspect behind, we have somebody who literally can just attract anybody for business very quickly. As soon as you go and just like shake somebody's hand, they're initially going to trust you. They're initially going to say that this person is efficient. This person can probably get something done, even if you don't have any money. The 4 was really good for looking efficient and organized and dependable, but the 5 has this extra charisma, this extra charm that just gives you that, I guess I would say kind of like a foot up on everybody else, because you're able to really attract high-level people without being high-level yourself. So if you have this as your attitude number, please use it to your advantage, because it's probably the greatest advantage that you do have, is that you can attract people that are on a higher echelon of society than you, and you're able to actually just attract them without much effort on your part. So that's kind of a superpower in that sense. Use it wisely and just do not waste it. So when it attracts with other numbers, I'm going to explain it now. So if you're a life path number 1, and you have this, then it's going to be great for your leadership, your innovation, your pioneering spirit. It's going to be great because you're going to be somebody who, when people meet you, they're going to say, yeah, you're a charismatic leader. You're somebody that we can trust. You're always doing a great job. You have high energy. You have the driven focus. You're aggressive. You're not dictatorial. It works. With number 2 and master number 11, this works quite well as well. What happens is the number 5 will just give you that initial charisma charm, whereas the number 2 is very harmonizing. So when you have that as a life path, as long as you're humble, but you still have that little charisma to you, that little bit of charm, people will still always come back to you. People will come back to you for that nurturing effect. People will come back to you because they feel healed when they're around you. So this is like probably the best combination. You have an attitude number 5 and a life path number 2 or 11 for things like counseling, healing in the medical fields. When it comes to life path number 3, we have somebody who's into artistic and creative expression. You mix that with the 5, that's a very, very strong combination as well, just because now this is the type of person that can go meet a celebrity and then just get that big break easily, just because you have the natural aura of somebody who's already meant to be famous. Number 4 and number 5 work great as well. So we have somebody who's a life path 4 or life path 22, who has big dreams in life, wants to build something magnificent. If they're a 22, if they're a 4, they want to be dependable. They want to be in a micromanagement situation within a business. Accounting, being a lawyer, any of these things in administrative work, they'll fall under your umbrella simply because you're able to naturally attract people that are going to be able to trust you as being competent because of your life path 4, and also have the people skills because of the attitude number 5 that's going to attract them to you, and they're going to think that you can do the job even if you can't do it quite as well as they think as of yet. So it just gives that extra inspiration for people to really, really trust you and want to work with you very well. As for life path number 6, I'm not even going to go over life path 5 just because 5 and 5 is just unstoppable. What happens is you just get somebody who's just very, very charming, very charismatic, has kind of this unstoppable confidence. I don't need to give you guys advice. With the number 6 and 33, this is still very good. It's believed that when you search up the combination of Venus and Mercury, it gives people the ability to get like mansions, lands, properties, farms, cattle. All of these things come just because you guys have such a natural ability to attract high-level people. The number 6 already does that even in the life path position. It puts you in scenarios in which you receive good energy. If you want to get into music or art, you're going to just, those people are going to be drawn to you through your life path. It's a very great life path to have when it comes to just attracting what you want just by thinking about it. And then when you actually meet them, because of your attitude number of 5, you're going to be able to maintain a relationship with them. You're going to actually be able to make them trust you, and they're going to more so be willing to help you. And even without this attitude number, they were still going to be willing to do that anyways. So it's really spectacular. For number 7, it's okay. Life path 7 is of course very reserved. Life path 7 always has a bit of an iffy response to almost every number just because it's so antisocial. It's not really about materialistic aspects. So when you have 5 mixing with 7, it still is a good combination in the sense that people will still find you charming. They'll find you very alluring and probably more so mysterious in comparison to charismatic. So they're going to look at you as a life path 7 and say, well, this person has a bit of a social flair. They seem to be withdrawn. And if you're able to use that to your advantage, then you can do a lot of host of different things, such as like in science, maybe even creative writing, such as philosophy or poetry. The sky's the limit no matter what when you have this attitude number, but it just depends on what your life path and expression are saying. And once you're able to understand those things and use the attitude number sort of as a first impression weapon, then that's where the real magic starts to show. With the life path number of 8, this is a good combination. Again, they say that when you have a lot of 5s in your chart, you have a life path 8, you have better luck. 8 does give you a lot of hard life, oppression, a lot of limits and restrictions through Saturn. So it's the slowest moving planet of our universe. When it mixes with Mercury, which is the fastest moving planet, what happens is it gets somebody who can deal with the limits and restrictions, adapt very quickly. And even though you're an 8 who has this powerhouse mentality and somebody who has a very, very strong aura, very robust personality, you get the 5 now, which is going to give you that sort of extra charm. So even though you have the iron hand, it kind of puts a pillow over it so it's not so forceful right away, and then it causes more attraction to you. So it works very, very well. The last one, life path 9, of course, is the humanitarian ideological person who wants to do things such as charitable or philanthropic activities. You get the 5 that's going to attract those type of people to you as well. When you initially meet anybody, they're initially just going to like you. Mars is sort of a war planet. It's the real warrior. They want to really run through their ideas through the world, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you have to just watch out for, like I said before, seeming scattered. With the 5 and the 9, at times, if your ideology isn't something that's concrete, and you have the attitude number of 5, people might say, yeah, you're a really smart person and you have a great potential, but you're not really applying it correctly. So you just want to make sure that you are applying your abilities and your skills correctly in order to actually achieve the results that you want. Once you're able to actually do that, you'll find that life starts to go a lot easier for you. So just watch out for those little quirks and everything should be fine. This is all just about learning the cheat code and then just utilizing it in your life to make it seem like the stars are just aligning for you. But in truth, you're actually just using your inner power to create a better future for yourself. Alright, so that should conclude the video with the attitude number of 5. If you guys do have any questions whatsoever, just please let me know in the comments. Aside from that, guys, please like, subscribe. That's it for today, guys. Peace.